Okay guys, so we already talked about my first business I did, which was a modeling business. Then I told you about the second one that I did, which was a bag making business. So I tried a third business, which was Oli teas. Yeah, I called it Oli teas at that time, right? My bags, I called it Oli bags. So this one, I called it Oli teas, and they were just making t-shirts like this. That's what I'm wearing. But that one had nothing written on it. It was, what I did was, what's this thing called? So it was called tie and dye, right? So I did tie and dye with it, different colors like black and white, purple and pink or blue. Like they were really beautiful and people liked it at that time. So I chose that business because I love teas a lot. I also like wearing t-shirts, and it just felt like, okay, this was something that was going to be easy for me to do and I could explore it. You know, I had so many plans on my head, right? I thought of even exporting it, you know, the tie and dye t-shirts. I thought of exporting it. I'm giving you ideas now in case you want to do it. Right? So I had such ideas, and the business lasted for like a few months before it failed again. Of course, I'm going to share why it failed and the lessons I took away from that. So the major mistake that I made was producing a lot. I produced a lot. I produced a mass, right? So I learned that even if you want to do like t-shirt business, I think it's called merchandise or something, right? Merchandise business. There is absolutely no need for you to produce in bulk. I didn't know that I could create mock-ups. I had no idea about all that, you know. I didn't know I could create mock-ups. I didn't know I could have a website and have these designs up there, and people could just go there and select what they wanted and I could create it. Then the second mistake I made was I didn't necessarily put a structure to it. Now, I wasn't the one doing the tie and dye. So I was just thinking about it. I'm like, okay, so if someone says, oh, this is what we want, the order from the website, I'll then quickly run and go and meet the guys that were doing it for me and be like, oh, this person wants it, you know, we promised like same day delivery or something. That was not going to be possible. So but I didn't have a structure around it, so I didn't think along that line, you know. So if I had thought around that line or along that line, I would have had an agreement. It would have even allowed me to know, okay, oh, these are the number of days it will take me to produce the shirt, and also this is how long it's going to take me to deliver to you, right? So I had no structure in place at all whatsoever. And so that finished me because I created these t-shirts in bulk and I started marketing, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. Some people promised they were going to buy, you know, but they never bought, and some other people bought. I remember a friend of mine, God rest his soul, you know, he's late now, he bought. Yes, I remember. I also did. So I wanted to create like something also unique with these Oli teas that I was doing, right? Because I had thought, I'm like, these t-shirts I'm making, it mustn't be like these regular ones, right? You know, almost all the t-shirts come like this. And I was thinking, I'm like, they mustn't be like this, you know, like it has to be like, there has to be like other touch or something. Not every time one design. So I created designs, you know, I had like crazy designs. So wait, let me go and get it for you. So I wanted to create something interesting, something that's just out of the norm. So maybe I'll be excited to see someone who is going to come up with these things, right? It was really anyway, some people are already doing it, you know, but their own is just like, you just see one to be like 50k, and I'm like, kilo day, you know. So they have their market, but I was just thinking of someone who would do something like that, like for, you know, people that can afford something affordable per se. So this is one of the t-shirts. Don't ask me how it's sizing me till now. Alright, so this is one of the t-shirts that I created, you know. Don't mind me, it was in my dirty bag. I'm yet to wash them. So you see that this one has like crazy stuff by the side, okay, and also has it here as well, as you can see. So my tailor at that time was at I think it was Shomolu or so he was at. Then the guys that were doing the tie and dye, they were at Shita in Surulere. So whenever I wanted to, so the guys that sold the shirts, yes, they were the ones at Shomolu. I had like a plug, someone that's into t-shirts, you know, that I pay money, then he just takes it there, he runs it. I give him the sizes. As you can see, this one is medium, right? This one is medium. So I had this one. Then I also had this design as well. I had this one as well. So you can see this one is like, you can wear it as a crop top. You can wear it as a crop t-shirt. Yes, you can wear it as a crop t-shirt, or you can wear it full, okay? So I had this thing here, and it just goes round, where you could just remove them, and then when you want to do like full, you just put it back and you rock your stuff. So I had these ideas in my head, and honestly, like I wanted to explore each and every one of them, but the mistake I made was that I made them in bulk. Not these ones though. This one was just, I just made one for myself, but the ones I had with tie and dye, I made it like plenty. I had the orange, I had the black, I had the purple, I had the blue. Like they were in different colors, and they were absolutely beautiful, because for every place that I went to, they kept on asking me like, where did you make these things? But then I had already lost the vibe to just go back to the business, and so whenever they just ask, I would just tell them, and that was it. So yeah, the mistake I made was making in bulk, making in mass, instead of, it wasn't much, like much. Of course, I didn't have the fun to do much, right? So it wasn't super much, but it was enough for me to make a loss. Let me just put it that way. I made a loss, but my consolation is that I'm the one wearing my stuff now, so no problem. Right? So if you plan to go into making t-shirts or merchandise, things like this, just use mock-ups. Go online, smartmockups.com, create mock-ups, put them on your website, you know, like an e-commerce format, and let people select. You know, they're like plugins that you can just do, and if you have the available colors, people can select. So by then you would have figured out, okay, this is how long it's going to produce, I'm going to take to produce. Another thing again is for you to reach an agreement with whoever it is that you're working with, because most times they'll tell you that making these things in bulk will make it cheaper, which is actually true, because if you're bringing in one, they will charge you more money. So you have to let the person know that, CEO, that people are going to keep ordering, and so I want us to reach a price so that even when I'm not bringing bulk job, you know, even if it's just one person that orders, we can still do our work knowing that there are more orders coming in, you know. So you have to reach that agreement. I didn't reach that agreement, and that was why I had to do it in bulk, because the guys, I heard that they were from Gabon or something. So the guys, they would tell me, making one for me is going to be more expensive, but if I make X amount, this is how much it was going to cost. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's now do the X amount. And so I did a lot that time. So guys, that's pretty much it. If you are going to merchandise business, use mock-ups to display whatever it is that you want to display, so that you don't run at a loss. You know, reach an agreement with whoever it is that you're working with, be it your supplier, the person that is sewing the shirt. And then I had to go to Yaba all the time to buy these fabrics. It was really amazing that time. I think I enjoyed it per se. And another thing again I didn't like about it was that it was stressful, because for me it was stressful because I had to walk around the market. You know, sometimes you look for a particular color of cotton like this, you won't find, so you have to walk around. Then from there I'll now go to Shomolu. Then if I was going to do the tie, I'll now go to Shita. So it was really stressful for me, and when like it wasn't going through anymore, I just told myself, okay, permission to fail, stamp. Right? And I just put that aside. I think I even made a lot of nylons then, like I was ready for business at that time, right? So I hope you've learned my takeaway from this business, and I hope you also had a takeaway. Until I come your way next time, continue to choose your beautiful self. I'll see you next time.